What's going on? Welcome back to We Are Tottenham TV. Preview for the Liverpool game. Everyone's out. And
Everyone's out.
we may as well just stop the stream here.
Everyone's out. The players want to play for the manager. Some players don't care. It's all great. It's all great at Tottenham at the moment.
Yeah.
All fantastic.
Oh, God. It's just like...
And we got Liverpool at Anfield coming up.
Which we have a great record there. But look,
And we're 1 point above the relegation. So.
Anything else?
Anything else? And we've got an owner who's blaming the previous owner for all the shit that has happened.
Well, let's get into that because it's some very interesting stuff coming out from the FAB meeting, which I believe was earlier this month. So let's get into the article. It says Tottenham's deep-rooted problems have been laid squarely at the feet of the club's former chairman, Daniel Levy, in a damning assessment by current CEO Vinai Venkatesham during the meetings in the fan advisory board. Last month, Venkatesham claimed that an internal review had highlighted a number of key areas in which he believes Spurs had fallen short under Daniel Levy. He also claimed that alleged mistakes from the Levy era meant that Tottenham, contrary to popular belief, faced pressure to adhere to financial rules and must sell players.
He wasn't saying that when he was sat next to Daniel Levy, was he? Getting unveiled.
You know what I mean? They're all buddy-buddy. I thank Daniel so much. I look up to Daniel so much. You know,
he always wanted to work with Daniel, he said. I've
know
always been an admirer from afar.
It's unbelievable, this, to be honest. When you're talking about Venkatesham, literally he was looking at Levy like with puppy dog eyes, wasn't he? Like he was in love with him at times. And now he is completely throwing him under the bus. Apparently Levy has completely declined to comment on any of these quotes. Anyway, Venkatesham has painted a very different picture from the one he presented alongside Levy, in which the pair claimed the club's aims was to win the Premier League and the Champions League. Tottenham could not be further from that target, with the club 1 point outside the relegation zone and 1 foot out of the Champions League. In the minutes of the FAB meeting published, Venkatesham, who could face scrutiny over his own position if the current plight does not improve, appeared to admit that he had misread the club's situation ahead of his appointment last year and outlined where Levy had got it wrong. Vinai explained that since joining the club in June 2025, there had been a comprehensive review of the organisation to determine the issues and actions required. He explained whilst he had perspective on the club from the outside, it's only after spending time on the inside you can fully understand the strengths and areas to improve with actions needed. I mean, we hear a lot of this, though, don't we, with new people coming in?
Managers have said the same thing. You're looking at the outside, I don't understand, never fully understood the problems until you're in the hot seat. It doesn't surprise me that is the case. I'm sure there's obviously, the club give a perception, don't they? They give it's like they've got like a public persona of what they want to do, what they want to be, how they're acting, what the real situation is financially. And we've got the Lewis family and all these people and reports saying we're going to break the wage structure. There's going to be money. We're going to invest. And now they're coming out and they're saying actually the financial situation isn't so good and it's not as good as I thought. And now I'm actually starting to really understand the situation. So. But then they said they had a 60 million bid for Semenyo turned down in January.
Higher wage packet than Man City.
Higher wage packet than Man City. They had all this stuff. So
to be fair, we did break our wage not structure, but apparently we made Conor Gallagher the highest paid player. But then I actually looked deeper into it on Capology, however accurate that is, and he's not the highest paid player.
So what is the truth? Are they now coming out with this stuff because they know we're not going to be in Europe next season and could very well be in the Championship, and they're trying to basically soft launch a summer which isn't going to be impressive essentially, and we're not going to have that much money to spend because we're lacking in those funds? Or are they blaming Levy for not having any money to spend in January when the summer just been? Is that why we didn't sign any players? And now they're saying, actually, we've said all this stuff about signing money and it's not actually about spending money and investing. It's not actually true. We thought the situation was better than it was. Is the situation with the funds, when it comes, because we know that the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is a separate entity to the club when they're two separate businesses when it comes to the events that we put on there. Is there something going on there where we actually don't have access to use those funds as a football club, rather than that's going straight to the hierarchy? So, maybe he came into the club thinking it would be the case and now it's not. I don't know. I'm just theorising about all these things. Is it just Vinai covering his arse because he's under serious pressure and things have gone horribly wrong ever since Levy has left, although they were going wrong anyway, but they've gone even worse and we could get relegated, and Vinai's coming under a lot of shit and he's coming under a lot of pressure, and now he's trying to basically cover his arse and say, look, this is all Levy's problem, this is all his fault, it's got nothing to do with me, I'm new in here, I'm only just figuring out these problems and this is all down to Daniel, why we're in the situation that we're in. It could be any one of those, to be honest.
No, it can't. It could be all of them.
And it could be all of them.
It could be bits of all of it. You know what I mean? I don't think it's any one problem. But for me, I don't have any specific information apart from what we're going to read out here. But I think, Vinai comes in, Spurs win the Europa League, get back into the Champions League, get the Champions League money and everything. And all of a sudden, they're looking at the spreadsheets and the financials and they're saying, shit, no European money next season. Potentially no Premier League TV revenue money next season. We're in a fucking terrible situation here financially. And I've been saying, if we do get relegated, that could have major, major financial implications. So I think they are. I think they expected on the back of last season to qualify again for Europe this season. And they may be projected for that. And now that's seemingly disappeared. Potential Premier League money seemingly disappeared. They're looking at the situation being like, we're fucked, basically, from a financial perspective. Because if we do go down, we are. And if we don't get Champions League money, we're also not in as strong a position as we were.
Yeah, but they knew that. Ago. They knew that in January when they were saying,
agreed,
we're going to be, the wage structure is going to be obliterated and we're going to be spending money and there is money there and all this kind of stuff. They knew we weren't going to be in Champions League. They maybe didn't know we were not going to be in the Premier League. But everyone knows if we go down to the Premier League that we're not going to break the wage structure. Everyone knows that.
But I think that in January, when they were saying all this stuff, they were providing lip service to the fans. And I actually think they probably did try and bring in a few players that would break that wage structure. But they didn't realise how hard it would be to attract that kind of calibre of player. They were deluded in that sense. And they weren't able to attract that calibre of player. We ended up with Conor Gallagher and Sousa, not players that have really moved the needle for us from that point to where we are today. And now they are coming to the stark reality of where we actually are, because I don't think they had the reality of where we were in January.
Well, they knew we were in the bottom half.
They did know that.
And if we stay up, what's the difference between where we were in January and if we stay up?
But also, back in January, potentially even the early parts of January, if we would have gone on to a run, there was still a bit of a chance of European football, albeit, not very big. But the league was so congested, where if we would have brought in a couple of players and gone on a really good run, we could have made European football.
Potentially.
So,
not Champions League, though.
No, not Champions League, but at least Europa League or Conference League or something like that. So I think that's what was in their mind. I really believe that. I don't think they had relegation anywhere near the forefront of their mind back in January.
Yeah, but it was a very high possibility. I think they weren't thinking we're going to be in Europe next season, where we were in January. So, unless I don't know, I think they're probably soft launching our relegation financial struggles. That's probably part of it. But also I think Vinai is just, he has to say something, doesn't he? He can't, he knows he's taking all the blame at the moment. So he's trying to shift some. He doesn't want to bear the brunt of it.
That's what this all comes down to. I think Vinai knows he's on his last legs. And he is just coming out swinging, being like, this is nothing to do with me, guys. This is nothing to do with me. This is all on Daniel Levy, the guy that hired him, by the way. Nothing to do with Vinai. Vinai is completely blameless in this situation. It's all on Daniel Levy. And don't get me wrong, Daniel Levy has a big part to play of where we are right now. But currently, Vinai is the CEO. Vinai and Lange were the ones that took charge of the January transfer window and failed beyond imaginable belief. So for Vinai to come out and start pointing fingers, I think it's ridiculous. Albeit Levy does need to have the finger pointed at him. Don't get me wrong, but Vinai needs to take a long, hard look at himself more than anyone. There's no point going back and blaming previous owners when you're the one in the hot seat and you're the one that can change things.
100%. But but what Vinai is saying is he's not blaming. He can't take the blame for, if it is true what he says about the financial situation of the club. That's not down to him. He's not saying we didn't have money to sign players. He's saying the financial situation is not as good as it's been portrayed from on the outside. And that would be on the previous. He has only become the chairman since September.
Yeah.
And he was CEO before then. So I understand that as well. We do obviously all have our criticisms of Daniel Levy, and we all know the problems that we had under him. And the trajectory of the football club was definitely going down even before Vinai came in. So that's all true. So I don't know if I disagree with anything he said, but I don't know if I disagree there. But I also think it's mixed messaging from what has already been
he's
said.
He's taking no accountability of the current situation that we're in, and he's got a big part to play of the immediate current situation.
But what can he take accountability for apart from the manager? Well, he's not talking about the manager. What's he been asked? That is the question. What the minute's referring to? I don't know if he's asked about if he's mentioned the manager.
I'll tell you. It says while the club made strong progress in areas such as the stadium, training facilities, commercial growth, and stadium operations, several areas were identified as failing short of what was required to compete at the highest level. The key issues identified were including insufficient focus across the organisation on the pitch success, which we've all had a problem with for a very long time. A lack of specialist expertise in certain areas and insufficient empowerment of experts in others.
Agreed with that. Always agreed with that.
But that empowerment did come back to bite us this season. That's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
A wage structure and player transaction approach that had impacted competitiveness in the transfer market. Mm-hmm. A men's squad requiring strengthening in terms of quality, experience, and leadership.
Agree with that.
Insufficient prioritisation of the women's team. Financial pressures arising from heavy transfer spending and limited player sales, increasing the relevance of financial fair play constraints to future planning. Mm-hmm. An internal culture requiring improvement in a number of areas, a growing disconnect between the club and the supporter base.
Yeah, that's all true.
It is all true. No, I don't think anyone's saying it's not true, but what's Vinai done to improve any of these aspects?
Nothing. Well, what can he do in a few months, I guess, would be his point. But I completely agree. I think for me, Vinai, it's not necessarily I'm expecting Vinai to address everything within however long it's been, 6 months or 8 months. He's been in the club a year now, hasn't he? In totality, or 11 months. I'm not expecting him to fix everything, but the reality is his decision making thus far is about to get us relegated. So it's not only has he not addressed those issues, it seems to have exacerbated those issues, and we've gone a lot worse under him. And the decisions he has taken has led us to a situation where we're now on the brink of relegation. So that is where he has led us. And he should definitely be taking accountability for that. But he can't take accountability for the 20 years of Enoch.
Correct.
That's also true.
Yeah, 100%.
So I understand that. And maybe he's on this thorough review and he's saying, look, over the last however many years, these are the problems that have been, which we all can agree, and we can all say, he's 100% spot on and all those things he's identified. Look, but then again, he could just be saying what we want to hear because we know it's true, or that's what we believe to be true. And so he's basically saying, confirming the fans' fears because that's what we think is the problem. And he's now saying, yeah, these are the problems, which is what the fans have been saying. So maybe he's just trying to get us on side by saying things we agree with. But yeah, 100%, he should be taking accountability for, the hiring of Frank, sticking with Frank for too long. Now there's Tudor debacle, and the fact for the no signings in January, and the fact that we're basically on the brink of relegation.
It just doesn't sit right with me when I think there's just some real backstabbing here at play, because like we mentioned before, Vinai,
You don't feel right about him criticising Levy?
I feel right with the criticism of Levy, but not coming from him. Not coming from him.
Really?
I don't,
Why?
because I feel like when they came in, they portrayed this image how everyone's so aligned and they share the same vision and the way to move the club forward and all this lip services that were giving us when they first came in and even months after that as well. And then as soon as Levy's out the door to protect himself, he's like, you know what, it's all his fault. It's all his fault. Nothing to do with me. You know, but they shared the same vision. He kept saying how much he loves Daniel and the work that he's done at this football club has been incredible and all this kind of stuff.
Daniel was his boss.
And all of a sudden he's like, nah, you know what? It's all his fault.
Daniel was
I think
his
this
boss
is
at the
just.
time.
I get that, but I think all this is just to protect himself and to
course it
protect
is.
his role at the club.
Of course it is. That's why. But it is. But at the end of the day, they've had a meeting, and you want him to not say these things.
I want him to have a bit of accountability
You want him
on
to leave.
himself
We all
as
want
well.
him to leave. I get that. But this is an IFAB meeting about what's the situation at this football club. And he's telling them the findings of his whatever
Yeah, but
review he did.
And I get that. And all of the things that he said about that, I do agree with. However, he's taken no accountability on himself as well. No accountability on Johan Lang.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about blaming the guys that aren't here anymore. Where the guys at the helm right now need to have accountability of where we're at as well. It's not just about Daniel and it's not just about the previous tenure as much as I put a lot of blame on them. There is a lot of blame on the people that are currently there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And there is no accountability in that sense.
I agree. The decisions that he's made are taking us down. But those things that he's all mentioning are all long-term things. He's only been here 8 months. He can't. The things that he's mentioning aren't things you can change within a very short amount of time. The things he could have affected are the things we spoke about, the immediate footballing operations, and he should have taken accountability for completely screwing up in that effect. They've completely shat the bed, and it's gotten worse than anyone could have ever imagined, really, this season. So 100%, he should be talking about that, and he should be saying, I've made mistakes. We've made mistakes. It's not good enough, and we need to be better. But I'm just trying to figure out this IFAB meeting. Is it about this report he's done, this thing, or is it about the job he's doing right now? Is that the topic of discussion? Like, I haven't read the whole minutes. I don't know if he's mentioned himself at all, or because they're clearly, I don't know, they're just picking out bits, aren't they? I'm thinking of this article, so I don't know, I have to read the whole thing, but see if he mentions himself at all. But 100% based on that, he's just basically saying this is all everyone else's fault. But then again, it is all their fault as well. As much as Vinai and Lange have taken responsibility for what's happening right now, we've got to this point because of how ENIC have been run and because of all the things that he is saying. He's absolutely spot on. All of those things, when you compound them over years and years, they get embedded into the club, and it's hard, it's tough to change. You can't just get experts and within 6 months we're a functioning football team. It takes years to implement these things, a proper scouting system, proper people in charge who understand football, focus on on-pitch success. You can't just say, okay, today we're going to focus on on-pitch success and then we're going to be good. And it takes years and years of focusing on it, or loads and loads of money to get the best in class, to then see that get borne out on the pitch. I'm not saying Vinai has done anything right. He hasn't. He's been awful. I'm just saying the things.
Some free flags and scarves.
True. Okay, he's done that right. I'm not saying he's done anything to address those things that he's mentioning. I'm just saying if he has done it, would have been tough to see that. But right now in the short term. But at the end of the day, you'd also like to think if he has done anything to address it, it wouldn't be getting worse right now than better. That's also the fact.
That's the whole point. It's just like, we'd never been this close to relegation previously since they've come to the helm. That's where we're at. And look, 100%, like I mentioned, Levy's got a big part to play, but Vinai and Lange are not making anything better. And in fact, they're making things worse right now. So there needs to be a hard, cold reset at this football club. And everyone involved in the kind of old Levy setup, Vinai, Lange, all these kind of people, they all need to go. Mm-hmm. Every single one of them needs to go, and there needs to be a cold, hard factory reset where we can just wipe the slate clean and build from there. And whether that be building from the Championship, and I think it'll probably be easier to do it if we were to build from the Championship, or build from the Premier League next season. It needs to be done.
Also, I think what Vinai should realise is if he's criticising Daniel Levy and his decision making, or part of his decision making was bring you in.
Exactly.
So, for me, if we're going to say everything about Levy needs to be redone, that includes you, Vinai.
And Vinai was heavily involved in getting Frank to the club. You know, Vinai was there when we sacked Ange Postecoglou. You know, all of these would have been prominent voices in terms of the big decisions at the time. So Vinai has definitely had a big role in this massive downfall over the last year.
Absolutely.
A massive role.
Absolutely. So, for me, part of the bad decision making at this club has been signing people like Vinai and bringing them to the club.
And also the delayed sacking of Thomas Frank.
All of that stuff. So, yeah, as much as Vinai want to throw shade, and I can agree with everything he's saying, you don't come out of this scot-free. And your job is on the line here. And, in fact, whatever happens between now and the end of the season, I don't see how he recovers the situation. I don't see, unless we somehow sack Tudor, we bring in a new manager who does turn it around. And we also seem to somehow go far in the Champions League with a new manager. I don't really see how Vinai saves his skin here. I think it's already like gone too far, you would probably say.
The finance thing is very worrying though, because we've always had this image in our head. We've always portrayed that financially we're completely fine. Financially, we're probably one of the best spots in the Premier League, but he's portraying a different image now. And the FAB were told that the wage structure implemented by Levy had been removed, but were warned that the club's finances are not as healthy as fans may have thought. Vinai noted that the club had been loss-making for a number of years, which means compliance with financial fair play rules need to be actively monitored and planned for.
Doesn't that always have to be the case?
Yeah, you would have thought so. An increased emphasis will therefore be placed on player sales alongside continued revenue growth to ensure that we have regulatory headroom to invest.
Is he implying that there are years where you just don't even have to look at FFP, actually? We just forget. They don't even check it. Like, we've got so much cash, we don't have to check FFP. There are some years. But now it's like getting tired. Okay, we actually have to check it now. Let's just check this again. Look under the... Oh, shit. It's actually not good.
Yeah.
What's he implying there? Now we have to, like, be mindful of it. It's like, what are you chatting about? Obviously, every club has to be mindful of FFP at every moment. Isn't that, like, the basis?
But the whole thing around Spurs and what the narrative was is that we're so far away from the FFP threshold, we could spend 400 million and it wouldn't make a difference. I guess that's what he's saying, where that's not the case anymore.
I mean, there's always a limited amount of money you can spend, but yeah, I mean, a limit depending on how big the limit is. But I understand what he's saying, but the way he said it just annoyed me. But yeah, in terms of how does it make sense to then lift the wage budget if you can't spend more money? We're now unable to spend the money, so now's the time that we're going to lift the wage budget.
You know what I mean? Our hardest financial time is like, we're going to smash that wage budget.
No, what he's saying is we're willing to spend 300k, but we can't afford it now. So the wage budget has now been lifted to a certain figure. It's now no longer 200k. The only problem is we don't have the money to spend for 200k. So we're going to have to lower what we can spend, but we are willing to spend 300k if we have the money. So what he's implying with that is that we had the money, which we all know is that we had the money to do it before, and we just weren't willing to do it. And now we're willing to do it, but we don't have the money.
So basically, we're never going to do it.
So it's ridiculous. It's farcical.
Yeah. Everything around this club is just an absolute joke. And you have these people running the club that they're just clueless of how to take this club forward. They really are. It's just like, where are we going to go? Like, where are we going? What are we going to do? How does this even move forward? You know, you've got big protest planned for the next couple of games. I hope there's a big turnout and stuff, but it's just all nonsense. This club is just nonsense.
Is this the Pro Enoch and Vinai Club fan channel? What are you chatting about?
We've just been laying into Enoch and Vinai for the whole 26 minutes of this stream so far. But yeah.
Anything else in the article then?
No, that was it, pretty much.
Let's just hope all those things get addressed by someone at some point at this football club. That's the most important. Look, I think it's not nice, but it's good to hear Vinai lay out all the problems that all the fans have been saying for many, many years are wrong with this club. And I think sometimes supporting this football club, it feels like we've been gaslit by journalists.
Absolutely. No fan base has ever been gaslit as much as Spurs fans.
For complaining about these even when we're doing well and even when we're in good positions, we complain about exactly what he's been talking about. And it feels like we've been gaslit for many, many years. Like, oh, it's not a problem. Oh, you're being ungrateful, all these different things for complaining about it. And it's right there. That's the findings he says. So it's good to hear that. Now, whether the intention of him saying these things is that these are actually his findings or he's just trying to give the fans what they want to hear to get him off his back, we don't know. But I think, for me, everything he says there is absolutely spot on.
All right. Well, that is Vinai's minutes with the Fab. Let us know your thoughts on that in the comments section below. A quick super chat here from Mr. Deludiano himself. He says, "Where's my apology, boys? Ben and Sim, I'm waiting."
What do you want us to apologise for?
He's asking for an apology. What does he want an actual apology for?
I don't know. It's
people like Danny that are the problem at this football club.
They are the problem.
You know why people like Danny are the problem at this football club? Because all they want is an "I told you so" moment.
And he's got Barry backing him up in the comments.
Those two, the two stooges, mate. Those two, all they want is an "I told you so" moment. That is literally all they want. Danny's going to come on here smoking his cigar, saying like, "Oh yeah, I told you so. We're in the Championship. I support Tottenham, and I'm going to be supporting a team in the Championship, but I told you so."
Where's Nathan's apology, Danny? That's what I want to know. Where's Nathan's apology? Once you apologise to him, I'll consider why I have to make an apology to you. I don't even know why I have to. Why? Because Frank was sending us down and now Tudor is. Is that why? I don't really get it.
You know what Barry say? "We are Tottenham TV. Where is the apology?" I want the apology on the Emerson Royale all these years, mate. Where's the Emerson Royale apology?
Sim did not admit. Admit what? Frank wasn't sending us down. He's been manager of 26 of the 29 games we've had. What are you talking about? We were, 3 points off the relegation zone when he got sacked?
Yeah.
So it wasn't exactly we were in a good position, guys.
No, Danny, all along, we're closer to 7th than we are to the relegation zone. Yeah, we're closer to 7th than we are to the relegation zone.
What's your point, Danny? Danny, what is your point?
His point is, look how the team don't run. The team don't run. You can't make this up. All right, let's get into the Tottenham update. And it's some more fantastic news coming our way, as we're going to get into the team news from the press conference. Igor Tudor says Romero and Paulinho are out. Mickey is out. Bissouma has a problem. Connor has a fever. And we hope he'll be okay. There's always something happening, very rare. I've never seen this in my career.
We were just watching his press conference and he is bewildered. He goes, "Every day at this football club, unbelievable things happen." He's like, "I've never had this at any other football club. Every day we get this number 2 players getting injured. We have red cards. We have unbelievable things happening. 2 players concussion and head-butting each other and both having to miss the next game due to concussion." Welcome, Igor. Welcome. This is Tottenham Hotspur. You should have done your research before agreeing to manage us, because it's a madhouse over here. If you think we had no chance against Liverpool, now we have. It's guaranteed to be a 3+ goal loss at this point. I think it's pretty safe money that we're going to lose by a heavy margin. It's gutting, isn't it? Let's just hope that Romero is back for the Forest game. That's the one that we just got to hope and pray he's back for, because we were never going to win these games anyway. So I don't really care that much. He's out for Sunday, as much as it's just pretty much confirms what we already knew, that was what we're going to lose. It's all about that Forest game. if we're going to keep ourselves up, that's the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt Barlow has come out with a few things, and he said Kevin Danso is a positive force in the dressing room as he speaks different languages and can link together the different groups. Make him the captain.
Stuff, yeah, make him do something. I don't know. Make him the manager. Why not?
That's the first positive news I've heard come out of Tottenham in like months.
Manager. Make him play a manager. Come on, Kevin. We need him. To be fair, he's been one of the only players who hasn't been total crap for the last few weeks.
Yeah. I like Danso. I think he's got a good attitude on him.
For me, he's not a top player, but it's fine.
He's not a top player.
Players.
At this moment in time, it's not top players we need. We need players with top mentality. That's what we need.
And hopefully he can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, look, fair play, Kevin. I like him. Good to hear that. But it's not exactly helping us at the moment.
Yeah. Matt Barlow also said that Luka Vuskovic is not keen to return to Tottenham Hotspur. Surprise, surprise. I mean, why would he be?
Yeah, true. Who would be right now? Keen. Bet Mikey Moore wants out. Bet they all want out. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, he's looking at us right now and thinking, I don't want to go back to that shower of shit. But we have his contract, so we have to make that decision.
Yeah. Simon Jones saying that Bayern and Barcelona are amongst the clubs in pursuit of Luka Vuskovic, who is not keen on returning to Tottenham.
I heard they're looking at putting a 40 million bid in. I don't know if that would be enough. Maybe it would. I don't know. I mean, from one point of view, like 40 million for a player who's never played a game for you is not bad business at 19. But from another point of view, I mean, he's a very talented centre-back and, in a few years he could be double that.
Yeah, I think, if we were to sell him for 40 million, we'll be looking back at that in a few years being like, what the hell were we doing? But if Spurs do actually go down, I can see them accepting that. I really can.
Depends what's going on with everyone else, in my opinion. If we're struggling, I mean, yeah, I guess depends. I mean, if Van der Ven and Romero both go for 80 million plus, I mean, not each, I'm saying collectively.
Yeah.
At least. I mean, that should ease the burden.
You see, but if you're saying that Romero and Van der Ven are going for 80 million, that's 40 million each.
Yeah.
And if Vuskovic is, surely his value is less than that. And if you get a bid for 40 million, they'll accept that. They'll definitely accept that. I don't think, I've said too many.
If we sell Van der Ven and Romero, if they're both gone, why would we accept it? If there's less of a need to sell, I'm saying 40 million for Romero and Van der Ven because we would be in a position where we have to get rid of them on high wages or whatever. My point, that's my point. Like, we probably get more than that, to be honest. Van der Ven probably goes for 50. Maybe we'll get 100 million between them. I'm just saying, if we have sold them both and there's less of a need to take a lesser offer for Vuskovic.
Yeah, but I just can't see it, man. I don't know if he's ever going to play at Tottenham. I mean, I've had that thought for weeks. We've had that conversation a few times now. And don't know, this one's going to hurt. This one actually is going to hurt more than a Romero and Van der Ven at this stage.
Why? Because he's never played, so you don't have the baggage of seeing him
pretty much. And
be bad for Tottenham.
Just seeing him do what he's doing at Hamburg, and what we've seen him do over every single year he's been out on loan. He's just like, I've never been more excited to see someone in a Spurs shirt than Vuskovic.
See, it's funny, you're saying you'd hurt more to see a 19-year-old who's never played for Tottenham leave than our club captain.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? But it's true. Really is. I've lost a lot of love for Van der Ven over the past couple of months. And with Romero, I mean, look, I'd love to see either of them stay, but they both just are frustrating the life out of me. So,
yeah, don't blame you.
Is what it is with them. Simon Jones is saying that Bayern Munich are becoming increasingly interested in Archie Gray. But I believe there was a report a couple of days ago saying that Bayern are not interested in Archie Gray.
Christian Fulk said no, and now they're saying yes. I don't know. I never felt Christian Fulk's a very reliable person, but I think it'd be brilliant at Bayern. The proper pace to develop.
Do you think he gets minutes at Bayern?
Probably doesn't start for them, but he's 19 still. He's still a teenager. So, I mean, Bayern definitely, to be fair, very good at developing teenagers. Bayern.
They are.
Krau, look at him now. What was his name, Krau?
Yeah.
Musiala was there as a teenager. Pavlovic started in their midfield at 18.
Yeah.
Very good at developing teenagers. If they want you and you're a teenager and they think you're good enough, I'll just jump at the chance.
Yeah, particularly with the way Spurs are going right now. I wouldn't blame anyone for wanting to jump ship. Pete O'Rourke says that Sean Dyche is thought... Oh, sorry. Simon Jones saying that Chelsea and Aston Villa plan to test Tottenham's resolve over Lucas Bergvall. I believe that they tried to test our resolve in January. And obviously it was a resounding no from the club. But if the worst does happen and Spurs do go down, then, you know, it'll be probably easy for Chelsea or Villa to poach him.
I mean, he'll want out, that's for sure. I mean, everyone's going to want out, but it's about who's going to stay. Someone's going to have to stay. So as much as it'll be frustrating for them, we're going to have to keep some players. Can't sell all 20, however many players. Some people are going to have to stick around. Yeah. And hopefully Bergvall will be one of them. I don't know.
Like I said to you last time, I feel like anyone that is in and around their international team is going to leave.
They'll want to leave.
Yeah, and I think they will. I think they'll get their moves.
They can't all leave.
They can.
They can't all leave.
Look, we're going into an unprecedented time. Like, never has a club gone down probably with this amount of international players.
Agreed.
So it's hard to know whether they will or whether they won't. But
I'm sure a lot of them will.
I think they would, and I think the financial problems that Spurs are going to be under is going to force our hand a lot.
I agree, and I think a lot of players, especially who are in their mid-20s, will go, and we will sell them. But I think the players like Bergvall, Gray, Vuskovic, I think we can keep. They're young. They're very young. You know, they're very early in their careers. And if we get money for those other players, if we put ourselves in a position where we don't have to sell them, we won't. But before that, then maybe we will. But I'm just saying, once we're in the clear financially, then there'll be players who stay.
I think you're underestimating how much it's going to take for us to be in the clear financially.
Am I?
Yeah, I think so. Because I think
Van
it's
de
going to
Ven,
be
Romero,
I don't think it's enough.
Why not?
Because I think the financials of us going down is going to put us like hundreds of millions of pounds in the red.
Right. We're losing out on like £250 million of revenue.
Hundreds. It's going to be more than that in terms of what we're spending, how much we're allowed to lose every year. We're already making losses every year. Like, we're going to need to sell pretty much most of the players. Most of them. And also, you've got the aspect as well. It's just like these players, as much as they're under contract, they're going to cause such a stink to leave. Who's going to take a step backwards into the Championship who know that they can play in the Premier League? No one. The agents are going to be causing a fuss. The players are going to be causing a fuss. And that's just the situation we're going to be in.
Yeah, I know that. I don't doubt that. I'm just saying, once we have shipped enough, which there will come a point where we have shipped enough, then there will be some players who stay. Not every single player is going to leave. There will be some players who stay.
And also the likes of Bergvall and Gray and Vuskovic, they're going to be the ones that we're going to get bids for first.
I don't know about that.
They will. The young players that have a big future will get bids for them more likely than the likes of, the players below Van de Ven, Romero and like the Porro in the kind of mid-section in our squad.
I mean, there'll be bids for them. Vicario will be gone. Solanke. Richie's going to be gone. Basuma will probably let him run down his contract. Bentancur, he'll probably go somewhere. Palini will be out of loan.
Will Bentancur even be fit enough to pass a medical? He might have to stay.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, he's back, isn't he? In April.
Yeah. Kudus, he'll be gone. Get money for him. Gallagher will probably be gone. I mean, there's a lot of money there if they all get sold.
Yeah. It's worrying, man. It's very worrying. Pete O'Rourke says that Sean Dyche is thought not to be willing to take the role of Tottenham Hotspur boss if Igor Tudor gets sacked. So now,
unwilling.
Now we've got to a stage where we thought we'd never get to, where we would actually want to see Sean Dyche in the club, and he doesn't even want to come.
Can't even convince Dyche to come and save us.
How are Spurs in a position where Deitch doesn't want to come? That's just mad.
He's looking at us, you're too far gone, lads. Yeah, I don't want to touch that. Don't want relegation on my CV. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? I didn't want Deitch anyway, but I like the feeling that we could, if we, you know what I mean? And the fact that that's been sat away for, he's like, bloody hell. Not even he would want to come here.
Let this sink in, mate. Sean Deitch is rejecting Tottenham.
Next, Sam Allardyce is going to reject us.
This is mad.
Red Ram says, Deitch, swipe left. Swipe left.
Literally.
There should be like a Tinder for managers of football clubs. That'd be great. That'd be a great app.
That's how probably Spurs landed on Thomas Frank. But one manager that's not rejecting us is good old Harry. He wouldn't let us down in a time of need. He's been talking a lot recently, Harry Redknapp, and he's talking on Talk Sport. And he said that Daniel Levy contacted him last week and mentioned that he would have reappointed Redknapp for the rest of the season if he was still in charge. Redknapp also said that Levy told him, bloody hell, that he was marched out of Tottenham by the owners and not stepped down, as official statements suggested. I mean, what's the difference?
As in Levy didn't step down, he was marched out.
He was marched out and not stepped down. What's the difference?
It wasn't Levy's decision.
Right. He's not saying, no, because everyone's saying he was stepped down by the owners of this football club. Like he was stepped down, not that he stepped down.
I think that's what he means. I don't know. I think that's probably what he means.
Okay. I mean, there was never a suggestion that he left on his own accord, was there?
I mean, officially he did.
Oh, officially. Okay.
That's
Maybe then.
what he's saying from the official statements. Like Levy just resigned because, you know.
So he's just telling us what we know already.
Yeah, there's nothing, nothing new there.
And Redknapp also has reiterated his willingness to take the Spurs job if offered. With this stuff about Levy contacting him last week and mentioned he would have appointed Redknapp, is this Levy looking on social media and being like, the fans want Redknapp?
100%.
And Levy going, you know what, let's go tell Redknapp that I would have brought him back.
100%. I don't think he would have, to be honest. I don't think he would have brought Redknapp back. I think he's just saying it because he's looking at this situation, probably laughing on the beach in the Bahamas or something, and I think, look, these guys are going to go down without me. You know, I said just before I left, they're all going to know how good I was after I leave. They're only going to thank me after I leave, and now I'm going to see what's going on and just for bands, going to call Redknapp and say, yeah, I would have hired you. You know,
and he knows Redknapp's going to harp that out to the press as well.
Yeah, exactly. He knows exactly that Redknapp, he can't help himself. He's going to blab it.
I'm going to make them miss me.
In fact, he probably told Harry, just don't say anything to the press, yeah? And just knowing he's going to definitely now
playing Redknapp like a fiddle.
Exactly. And now it just makes Levy look even more like a guy who wouldn't have let this happen to us if he was still here. So yeah, I don't read too much into that, to be honest. I doubt whether Levy ever said it. To be honest, knowing Harry, he probably is just like embellishing a story or something. he might have said it as a joke, and now Harry's saying it's fact. That's knowing how Harry tells his football stories. There's not always 100% truth to them. Put it that way.
He was talking on Sky Sports as well, and he says they're bang in trouble. I must be truthful at the moment. It's going to be tight at the bottom. No one's going to just go in there and suddenly take an incredible training sessions. They just need someone to go in there, give them a lift, and talk them and make them believe in themselves. And that's what it's all about, motivation. They play Saturday midweek. When are they going to do any wonderful coaching sessions with them? It can't happen. They know where I am if they need me. I mean, he is just like, in every interview...
Yeah, I know. He's really pushing it, isn't he?
Yeah.
He must be bored. But apparently he's going back into the jungle.
Is he?
Yeah. Is that true, Sammy? Do you hear that? He's going back into the jungle. Harry, they're doing a I'm a Celebrity All-Stars or something.
Really? I didn't hear that.
Yeah. Is that true? Is that true, good chat? That's what I heard. So we would have to vote him out and get him to come manage Tottenham. I don't know. And he's at Cheltenham at the moment. He ain't missing Cheltenham for anything.
Yeah, Cheltenham finishes today, doesn't it? Or tomorrow?
What jungle has already been filmed? Someone says.
Oh,
Well, it's
right.
been to the jungle. Oh, it's already been filmed. Okay. All right, so you can do it. You can do the job. He's been out of the jungle already.
So when it airs, it would be funny if it airs and he's Tottenham manager at the same time. It's just like, what the hell? Yeah, but look, like I said last week, I'll take Redknapp in right now. I do think we just need a bit of a man-manager motivator, someone to put the arms around the players and just give them a bit of confidence. I'm not saying it's going to keep us up, but I think it gives us a better chance of what we got now.
Get Ange back.
Yeah, you know, I wouldn't even be against that now.
Ange back.
Ange was very interesting, though, on TNT the other night. You know, he seemed to speak about the club in a different kind of light to the overlap interview.
Yeah, I think so. He was saying how we are a big club, and when he asked if he'd ever go back to an ex, he said no comment. Maybe he's keeping himself open for the Tottenham job, because before he said no.
Do you reckon a
He said
conversation
definitely no.
has been had? Because like he was like, never go back to the ex, and now no comment.
Alex Crook claims that, well, from what he's heard, that it's not going to happen. But there's other rumours saying that there have been contact. I don't know.
From who?
I believe it's just random, you know.
So
One of these
nothing.
random, nothing, yeah. But there are rumours, you never know. Sometimes there's smoke, well, there's no smoke without fire. You know, there's random rumours about Kinski and he is actually in. So you never know. Sometimes that happens.
That happened a week later, though.
So you never know. I would look, for me, the reason why I'd be so in favour of it right now is because we know the players like him. That's the number
Would you
one thing.
take him
at
as
the
a
moment.
long-term option or just until the end of the season?
I wouldn't mind giving him an 18-month deal, or whatever. But I mean, I think my preference would be until the end of the season. But I think the number one thing right now is there seems to be a massive issue right now motivating these players, getting these players on side and getting them believing in a way of playing and whatever. We know for sure, listening to what Van der Ven said in the interview and listening to what a lot of the reports have been, which have turned out to be true, they all liked him and they were very angry when he was sacked. This guy will come into that dressing room and get them on side straight away. Whether there's too many issues that he can't even solve it, that might be the case. And we might go down. But the reality is we're going down right now for sure. He might be able to get the wins needed to keep us up. I'm not saying he comes in and we win every game, but maybe he'll get the 2-3 wins that we need to
It was
keep us
funny,
up.
though, on your update yesterday, you were talking about Ange and Sean Dyche. And you were like saying, why would we bring in a manager that got sacked from our rivals and getting relegated when Ange was also sacked by Nottingham Forest this season?
Yeah, it's a different scenario. It's a different situation. Ange was our manager. And I know we sacked him, but we know what he can do.
Yeah.
Dyche would never get these players. If Frank and Tudor can't get these players on side, what makes people think Dyche can with the way he plays football?
Yeah.
No chance. No chance. We
Dyche is
need
just
someone
that classic firefighter, though, isn't he?
Yeah, that's what Tudor is. Like, same thing. There's no point
Without
in getting
Premier League
Dyche in.
experience, though.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. There's no point in getting Dyche in. Dyche will not be able to... These players will not take to Dyche, I guarantee you. They will not take to Dyche.
So you're not open to Harry?
I'm open to Harry. Why not? Why not? Obviously, I love Redknapp. I think he's not managed in 10 years or whatever, so expecting him to come in the Premier League to change things.
I don't think there could be an expectancy from any manager to come in right now to keep us up. But the whole point is just improving our chances. That's where we're at right now.
Does Redknapp? Maybe. I'm willing to try
Even if it's
anything.
just by a few percent.
And there's no guarantee of that.
No,
But,
of
yeah.
course. There's no guarantee in anything right now. There is no guarantee in anything.
I'm just saying the Premier League right now is the most tactically advanced league, it seems. And just having a manager who's just going to come in for vibes who could try it. I mean, none of the tactics are working at the moment, I guess. So why not? Why not?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think, if we carry on in the way that we're going, we're pretty much a dead cert for the drop. So any change has got to be a throw of the dice. You know, it's a change. That's what we need. We need a change.
I agree with that. I'm happy to change it. That's the only thing we can do right now is change the manager. There's nothing else we can do to try and help this situation. So I'm willing to roll the dice, but I just wish there was a better option than Harry Redknapp.
Yeah. Anyway, that is your Tottenham update for today. Let me know in the comment section below regarding all the news stories that we have brought you today. We've got a couple of super chats. Jack Pereira just says Stellegation.
Oh, now this still.
Enough of this
The cult of
Stellegation. Big Sleep says, after this Liverpool game, we won't even have goal difference leg to stand on.
True.
It's so true. When we were first talking about relegation, we were like, yeah, the goal difference is an extra point. It's not an extra point anymore.
Going to be an extra point to them.
Yeah, literally. Members chat says, should be suing these players for shaving points.
Shaving points? Don't know what that means.
Big up to you, though. Mal says, your coping sim. They can all leave.
Maybe, look, I'm not saying they can't all leave. I'm just saying I think we'll try our best to keep hold of some at least.
Big Sleep again with another super chat says, if we forfeit Liverpool, we only lose 3-0 and predict the goal difference.
I think
you know what? That is not a bad shout at
let's
all.
just not turn up. Just don't turn
Let's
up.
forfeit it 3-0.
Actually, if you don't turn up, do you get a points deduction?
Now, we got to turn up.
Got to turn up. Just say
how. The problem is, how can you forfeit a game 3-0? In FIFA, it used to be sending offs. We can't have those sending offs.
We can't do that. So we have to just turn up and say we're all ill and say can't fulfill the fixture. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Unless we play a complete youth team of no one that's ever going to play against Forest and then get the sending offs. That's the only way to do it.
It's not a bad tactic. Not a bad tactic. Why can't we ever do what bloody Arteta did with the COVID bloody delay the game due to COVID? We need to somehow get that back in play. It's our only way. We could have our whole team out injured. Yeah, that's not good enough. But Arsenal can have a couple players out with COVID and they get the game delayed.
Mad, isn't it? SRV for Life says, why not just ask the players who they want as manager?
I think the players know. They'll probably say Ange.
And SRV for Life says, who would that be? Oh,
guessing what he means.
Yeah.
He means the manager, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, no point asking the players. What are they going to do? Yeah, I want Guardiola. Yeah, let's just go get Pep. Get Pep from City for the last 9 games. Like, it's not going to happen. What's the point of asking them?
Catman Jess, member for 55 months, says, whatever happens, I'll always support you boys. Come on, you Spurs. Big up to you, Catman Jess. All right. It is time to look forward to the game on Sunday, which we're not looking forward to at all. We're going to get into our predicted lineup first and foremost, and let's go in to look at our extensive injury crisis.
All right. I mean, take a deep breath. Out of this weekend's fixture, Van der Ven is out, suspended. Paulinho and Romero out due to concussion. Desi Doggy out until the Forest game. Bentancur didn't mention when he's going to be back. Bergval's injured. Odebert, Davis, Kudus, Kulusevski, Maddison, all still out for long term. Basuma as well, not on there. He's also out. Conor Gallagher's a doubt. He is got a fever, so he's a doubt for the weekend, for the Sunday as well. So couldn't even fit everyone on this graphic. That's how many players are out. It's a very, very bad situation at the moment. So how many players? 13?
Yeah, it's like whenever you think you're recovering a few players, just like that quote that Ange said about the oncoming train wreck.
Once you see a light at the end of the tunnel, it turns out to be an oncoming train.
Yeah, that is literally Tottenham Hotspur in a nutshell. It really is. Well, anyway, let's get into our predicted lineup. He does say, interestingly, that Archie Gray is going to play a new position.
Which I can only assume is the one we haven't seen him yet under.
So it makes me think we are going back to a back three.
Well, we played a back three.
Yeah, going to a back three. Because in my mind, with Romero and Van der Ven out, I thought, all right, we'll go back 4 this weekend. But
I think he wants to try and keep some semblance of consistency, which is very hard to do right now.
Consistently shit.
Yes.
All right, so Vicario in goal. Any?
He did say Kinski will be playing between now and the end of the season. He will play, but I think he also confirmed Vicario comes back in.
Yeah, I think people are saying Archie in goal, but
Archie in goal.
I think the game Kinski comes back in is probably the second leg against Atletico.
Yeah, probably he'll get some reprieve. So Vicario in goal, back 3. So we're going, I'm guessing, with no Van der Ven, no Romero,
I think it's
no Paulinho even. It's going to have
simple.
to be Gray, right centre-back, Danso and Dragusin.
Yeah,
I think probably Danso left, Dragusin centre.
yeah, for sure.
Bloody hell.
Now that is the defence we're taking to Anfield. Like, what hope do we even have? Archie Gray, Radu Dragusin and Kevin Danso in a back three. That is just mad how bad that is.
I think put money on one of them scoring an own goal. Maybe two of them. There's going to be an own goal being scored, I guarantee.
Is there any defence that is actually worse than that, man for man, in the Premier League?
I think I'll take most defences over that, I think.
Like, Kevin Danso is the star in that back three.
Yep.
And he's our backup centre-back.
And he's playing out of position.
And he's playing out of position.
God.
That is frightening. But anyway, let's get into the wing backs. Right wing back, Pedro Porro.
Yep. Who did score and assist midweek.
He had a decent game. Probably the only one. Left wing back, probably Jed Spence again.
Jed Spence. Centre back, centre mid. So who have we got left?
I think Connor.
Sar's one. Basuma's out, so it has to be Connor, I guess.
It'll be Sarr and Connor, yeah.
Have to be Connor. Unless he plays Xavi there and then someone else in the front three.
I don't think so. He'll go Pape and Connor in the midfield.
Is there anyone else we got?
No.
Paulinho out, Basuma out, Bergvall out, Gray's in centre back. Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Then you're looking at the forward line. Who plays in the forward line?
Does Tell play?
Can we just please, for once, not see Randall Kolo Muani in the starting 11? Not that it'll make too much of a difference, but maybe it's better to play Muani in this game and keep another forward player fresh for the Forest game or the Atletico game. But
yeah, surely I think Muani won't play. I say that. I think he won't play. Does he play Xavi? Tell Xavi Solanke? Does Rishi... Rishi's out the second leg. So he probably... so he has to start.
Rishi will start.
So maybe Xavi and Tell behind him?
Yeah, what other options do we have?
Moani and Solanke, that's it.
Yeah, go Xavi and Tell. That is an awful lineup, people. Like, it really is. Look at that. So we got Vicario in goal, Archie Gray, Radu Dragusin and Kevin Danso across the back three, Pedro Porro right wing back, Jed Spence left wing back, Pape Sarr and Conor Gallagher as the midfield two, with Javi Simmons, Matisse Tell behind Richarlison. If everyone is fit, how many of those players actually get into our starting 11? Like, if we have no injuries? Probably 3. Vicario,
maybe Xavi and Porro.
Vicario, Porro and Xavi, and maybe Connor. That's it. The rest of them are all fringe players.
Backups. Yep.
It's just mad, isn't it?
And we've got Connor playing who might not be. He said he should be, but he's suffering with the fever, so there's a chance he doesn't play. So if Connor's not playing, what do we do?
If Connor doesn't play, I think we've got to go to a back four. We have to.
Maybe you go Graham in the middle, put Byfeld in. But he's been injured apparently.
Is Byfeld injured?
He was injured, yeah. I don't know if he's back. He was injured. Was Junai injured, chat? I heard he was injured. Maybe that would be something.
I wouldn't be against seeing that.
Maybe, yeah. Someone says maybe Spence centre back, Sousa left wing back.
Porro back at centre back.
Spence on the left, Sousa on the right.
No, Sousa on the left, Spence on the right.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
If Connor can't make it.
This is like mad.
Someone says yes, Byfeld is injured.
Okay.
Can't even get Byfeld in.
All right, well, that is the lineup we're going for. Let us know in the comment section below what your thoughts are on the lineup. Is this the lineup you think Igor Tudor is going to play? Is this going to be Igor Tudor last lineup as Tottenham manager? I guess we'll see how it goes. But
It's insane.
I mean,
What was stronger, this lineup or last year when we went to Anfield? Because we got battered there, didn't we? We played 5-1. And we played like a really weakened team. Last year, our lineup, when we lost there near the end of the season, it was Vicario in goal,
last team was much stronger. Much stronger.
Kulusevski.
I'll kill for that team right now.
So what was the starting 11 here? I can't. It's all sort of weird.
I'll kill for that team right now. I'll tell you what the lineup was.
Oh, here it is. Vicario in goal, Spence, Danso, Davis and a doggy. A midfield three of Maddison, Gray and Bergvall, and a front three of Tell, Solanke and Brennan Johnson.
That's miles better. That's miles better.
I think it's fairly similar.
Do you?
Yeah, it's better. It's better.
It's
But
much
still,
better.
Davis and Danso at the back. Yeah, I guess this one's better than Dragoshin. The doggy. Yeah.
At
it's
this
better.
point, I prefer Davis to Dragoshin.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. Front three.
We've actually got a left back at left back.
Mm.
We've got Maddison, Johnson. You know what I mean?
Yeah, midfield three of Bergvall, Maddison, Gray. Yeah, I'll take this team.
So anyway, that is just... Please someone give me some positivity in the comments because I desperately need it right now.
The game's only 90 minutes long. That's some positivity.
Oh, that's not positive. That's 90 minutes of hell.
Yeah, it's not there. Thank God it's not 3 hours long, 2 hours long. We only have to go to Anfield once a season. It's positive.
Why does that once a season has to come now?
Yeah, true.
So, like, I'm looking at these...
Man City are playing West Ham at least.
Like, in the last 4 times we've been to Anfield, we've conceded 4 goals or more.
Mm-hmm. And they ain't changing on Sunday.
How many are we conceding this game? Like,
Yeah,
I cannot see anything but an absolute annihilation of Tottenham.
They might take mercy on us. Sometimes, you see teams, they get a big early lead and then they just sit back and rest on it. Maybe we can hope for that.
Yeah.
Maybe we should score like 3 early own goals and just allow it now. Please. We're giving you the win. Just don't. We're giving you the win, all right?
We're giving it to them. We're going to give them the
We're
win.
going to give them the win, all right? Don't make us come out and try and play. You'll be sorry. You'll be sorry. Yeah, I got no clue how we get anything out of this game. Look, it's not even like Liverpool have been good. I mean, I know they've been better recently. They're not exactly blowing teams away. They've obviously had a very inconsistent season.
They just lost to Wolves in their last Premier League game.
Lost to Wolves. I think if we're at our best, there's a chance we could do something. But in the mess we're in,
The thing is with Liverpool, they know how to take their chances.
they know how to create chances. I
And-
think it's the main thing.
Well, yeah, and they'll take them against us. I mean, look at that West Ham game a couple of weeks ago, 5-2. They weren't even that good, Liverpool, on the day.
Yeah.
But they just took their chances, and the scoreline looks a lot flattering. So we're coming into this in a lot worse state than what West Ham went to Anfield in.
Mm-hmm.
Like West Ham actually
And
had periods in that game.
Look at their last few home games. 6-0 against Karabag, 4-1 Newcastle. Did lose to City, but they should have got something out of that game. 3-0 Brighton, 5-2 West Ham. So they are scoring a lot of goals at home recently.
Yeah.
Starting to score a lot more goals at home. So I mean, looking at that, Salah's finding a bit more form. They've got the forward line. We know that. Ekitike's in fine form. He's playing very well at the moment. And they just, even in games they don't win, they always create lots of chances. Always. A lot of the time you come away from Liverpool games when they haven't won thinking they probably should have won that game and kicking themselves. That's been a large part of their season. And but the thing is, they always concede chances as well. But we're not good enough to create at the moment. So I don't see how we hold Liverpool at arm's length, and I don't see how we penetrate their defence either. I just don't see anything.
In a lot of games, it's been like Spurs have just looked defeated before they even got onto the pitch. And I just see this being another, example of that. It's just like, how do we go there with this team, with this back line, and keep Liverpool out by a minimum less than 4 goals. I just can't see it. It's just not possible. I really don't think so. Like, who is even the leaders on? Like, we're saying we've got a lack of leadership at the best of times with Romero and Van der Ven there. Now, we got... Who's going to be captain? Is it Porro? Porro's going to be captain, isn't he?
Vicario?
Is it Vicario or Porro?
Hey, isn't it Vic?
Because
Vic's in the leadership group.
in Madrid...
Yeah, Bakinski was in goal. Oh, no, but Vicario...
No, Bakinski went off after 15 minutes. Porro... no, who was captain?
Romero.
Oh, Romero was captain. So, where was the game that we had 3 captains? Was that Atletico?
No, because Romero.
We had 3 captains in a game recently. Was that the game before that when Van der Ven got sent off?
Palace.
Was it the Palace game where we had 3 captains?
Maybe.
Because I swear we had 3 captains where someone started off as captain, Porro got the captaincy, and then Vicario took the captaincy when Porro went off.
Yeah, so maybe it's Porro ahead of him.
Can't remember which game it was.
It sounds like Palace. I don't know who's going to be the captain. None of them are leaders. None of them will be.
It'll be Porro or Vicario.
Don't think it matters, to be honest.
No, it doesn't. It's just a conversation. It's something to talk about.
Because this is going to be another tough day. I mean, it's weird, like, going into a game just, like, fully knowing you're going to lose and lose heavily. It's like a weird feeling. Because some of the games recently, at least you've had a bit of hope that maybe we can do something.
Yeah.
But this one is like, I've never seen a more guaranteed heavy loss. Like, it's just, I wonder what the odds are going to be for, like, what's Liverpool, do you reckon, to win by 3 or more goals? Do you reckon that's like under evens even, probably?
Yeah, for sure it is.
To win is 8.5.
8.5?
Yeah.
What do you mean, 8?
Tottenham to win is 8.5.
Yeah, it's mad.
But what about Liverpool to win by 3 or more goals? 7, so 3 to 10 just to win. I see 3 or more goals.
You got the likes of like Ekatike, Gakpo, Salah, Gravenberg, Szoboszlai. Like, they're going to kill us, man.
By 3-0 up by half time is 12-1.
That's a good bet.
It's a very good bet. Let's see. Liverpool to win. Liverpool to win and total goals for Liverpool over 2. 20 to 21. Bloody hell. Under evens. Over 3 goals, 5 to 2. So it's not even great odds. Not even great odds to win by 3 or more goals.
What can we tell you? Like, we could sit here and fill you with false hope and say we think we can go there and do something, but this is just...
I wish there was something I could. I wish there was something I could put on to say maybe. The only thing I could say is maybe Liverpool are their own worst enemies and they miss all the chances, and we somehow come away with it with like a 3 xG conceded, a 0.01 xG created, and a 0-0 or something, or 1-1, or we get a lucky penalty. Maybe we get lucky. That's the only thing I can say. There is no chance that, like, you go into this game, there's any kind of tactical thing or any kind of way we get advantages. Or I look at that team and think they've just got no hope.
You know, even if like Liverpool were to get a red card in the first 10 minutes, I still think we lose the game. Like even 10v11.
Yeah. Maybe they get an early red card and make it close.
Like, they get an early red card, we'll probably lose like 2-0 instead of like 6-0.
But you know what? It's always with Tottenham when you finally give up hope. It's always when you're completely defeated, but they surprise you. And you know what Igor said? Is it time to cry or is it time to fight? Oh, God, don't answer that.
It's definitely time to cry right now, mate. It is definitely time to cry, and, you know, maybe the fight can start to come back for the Forest game. But, look, at the end of the day, the fans have no hope. I think it's going to be a half-empty away end, probably, as it was in Madrid. The fans got no hope going up there. The players probably have no hope getting on the pitch with all the injuries that we have and with the form that they're in and the condition that they're in. It's just like...
Yeah, it's just...
What have we got to believe
13
in?
injuries, players lacking of quality and belief. and maybe desire as well on the pitch. A manager on the sidelines they don't believe in. A club that has hang them out to dry, and a club which the players don't like playing for, a lot of them. A situation which, even under the best of times, is a situation where the pressure can get to you when you're in a relegation fight anyway. But not only is the pressure getting to us, but it's everything else is getting to us on top of that. And we have 13 injuries. That is, if you ever wanted to see a David versus Goliath, I think this is it. Like, this is, I mean, it's an incredible, actually, how many things we have going against us is actually pretty incredible. And I'd love to think this will create a siege mentality. This will create that, this togetherness where we're going to war. Like, this is a game where we got our backs against the wall. We're going to come out swinging. But you know what? We've had our backs against the wall for a long time now, and we haven't come out swinging, and nothing's happened. Like, no, we haven't risen up. We haven't embraced the challenge. We've shrunk, and we've let it get to us, and we've let it beat us down.
And you know what? Going into this game, Man City play West Ham at the London Stadium. Mm-hmm. Nottingham Forest play Fulham at the City Ground, all before we play.
Yeah.
So there is a possibility of Spurs going into this game in the bottom three.
Yeah.
There's I wouldn't say a big possibility. There is a possibility, though.
Yeah, it's not an unlikely situation.
No.
Put it that way. So
that can only happen if they both win, right? Because if they both draw, then we all
depends how bad we lose. But
they're all on level points. But yeah, exactly. If we take a big battering,
what's our goal difference now compared to them? So right now we have, what does it say? Right now we have a -7, so 12 to West Ham, and we have an 8 better goal difference than Forest.
Yeah, so if it's a draw, it's unlikely, unless it's
lose by 12 goals.
Yeah.
I mean, would you put it past us this game to concede a record Premier League defeat?
There we are. Come on.
What? Would you put it past us? It's happened. Southampton lost 9-0 to Man United. They were better than us at the time.
Yeah, but you're saying 12 goals.
Yeah, it's a record. Would you take 7-0 right now? keep us out the bottom three. Yeah, I'll take 7.
Oh, mate.
If they both draw, I'm taking 7-0. Just make sure we're keeping our heads above the parapet.
You know what? This game is like a completely just like free hit. Like, whatever happens, happens. It's just like, we ain't getting out of there with a win. We ain't getting out of there with a draw.
There's no injuries.
Can we not just like fast forward to next week? Because like, this game is just nonsense.
Yeah, honestly. It's going to be a tough one, guys. It's going to be a tough one. Make sure you have enough beers at the ready, because you're going to need them.
I'll tell you what, I'm coming into the studio stacked. Beers, canisters of beers in each arm, man. Gonna need it. But yeah, being you on the watch long on Sunday.
We are.
You know what's gonna happen? We're gonna be like 4-0 down. Richarlison's gonna come on, get a couple of goals, and then we're just gonna be like, yeah, Spurs are gonna get back into this game. And then
couple of goals, eh?
And then,
well, if you remember last year, we went 1-0 up, didn't we? Within a few minutes. At Anfield.
And within a few minutes, we were like 2-1 down, weren't we?
And we ended up losing 5-1. You know what? I'd kill for a tiny bit of hope like that in this game. I'd take going 1-0 up and losing 5-1. I'll take that. At least have some goal to celebrate.
Well, look, come and join us on the watch along, because let's all suffer together.
You never know. Maybe something magical will happen.
Maybe we'll have some funny feelings. Who knows?
They're not. No, nothing yet. Nothing brewing.
The only thing that's brewing is pure depression. That's the only thing that's brewing right now.
Can't even get a funny feeling out of Ben. That's
funny feelings went months ago. Well, when was the last funny feeling?
North London derby, no?
Yeah.
Can't even remember them anyway. I have to write them down.
Oh, God.
It's Mother's Day.
Exactly. Do your mothers proud.
Come on.
Do your mothers proud. Come on. Surely these Spurs players want to go back and say, look, Mum, look what a great job I did today.
Exactly. maybe something miraculous will happen. Maybe we'll find some divine intervention.
Yeah.
Maybe the match will be called off or something. Who knows? That'd be great.
Look, who beat Crystal Palace?
Mansfield? No. It was...
Macclesfield.
Macclesfield.
Non-league Macclesfield can
Yeah.
beat FA Cup holders in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Why can't Tottenham beat Liverpool?
Because Macclesfield are better than us. God.
Well, what can I
Who
say,
knows?
people?
Who knows, mate? You know, football, it's only 90 minutes. It's only 11 versus 11. Once that whistle goes, anything can happen. Apart from this game. But most other games, anything can happen.
Yeah. Well, come and join us for the pain along. And
At least, you know what? If they're going to do this, at least just, like, get Liverpool to score in the first minute. Just get it out there. Like, don't make us hang on to it.
so you're hoping for a first half battering
Yeah, just
as
kill
opposed
us,
to a
just-
last minute, like, painful one.
Yeah, just kill us. Just, you know, make it 3-0 by half time and we can all just accept what's about to happen.
I'd prefer to have the hope.
Yeah, a bit of
Give me the hope and then crush me at the end. Give me the hope of finishing me off. So at least if we like,
No, but if it's the last minute, then it could be Tudor saves the job. If we actually show something.
if we show something at Anfield and actually play well, but like lose in the last minute, that could give us something to go into that Nottingham Forest game with, and saying maybe there is something here. Maybe
True.
the players are fighting for the cause. So, I'd prefer that. I'd prefer to show something.
Let's hope so. Let's hope we can show something. Let's hope we can perform a miracle because it's going to need a miracle right now.
Yeah. Well, that is it from us today. We'll see you all on Sunday, 4:15. Is it? No, 4:45.
Is it?
What time's kickoff?
Is it not 4:30? Oh no, 4. 4. Sorry.
Yeah, 4 o'clock.
4:30.
kickoff. Oh, 4:30.
4:30.
So 4:15, people, come and join us. And yeah, have your say after the game as well. Look forward to hearing from you. But that is that. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always,
Come on, you Spurs.
come on, you Spurs.